Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a little bit of a drama talk going on over here, where we're now seeing Sony and PlayStation basically going now and having to deal with someone who threatened to burn down an entire office over in the PlayStation side. Now, this is like kind of a crazy story if you go and ask me, mainly because who does this first and foremost? You guys should always be careful on what you guys go and say and do and threaten online, especially whether it's on Twitter, Reddit, like in actual in-game servers, Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus, whatever it might be. Always make sure you guys are a little bit careful because, well, duh, you guys want to make sure you guys are going to be okay, but as well, make sure you guys don't get sued, make sure you guys don't cheat, and all of that, because right now, PlayStation has essentially buttoned down and taken out some folks who are, well, kind of cheating and also being a little bit rambunctious boyos on the online gaming community. So there's a little bit of a ramble to start off the video, but what else is new on my channel? There's some crazy news good to go cover, so if you guys will sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and hopefully not light anything on fire. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications. I'll be hanging up on Twitch down below, and as well, follow the Twitter and all that good stuff, or subscribe if you guys want, and I will talk to you guys all throughout there or throughout the rest of this video. Let's go dive on into it. So as you guys do or do not know, game people get a little bit frustrated. I've played a lot of League of Legends throughout my years, and to be honest with you guys, I quite literally had a game, this is not an exaggeration joke or anything over this, where I had a guy who said he saw the literal devil, and that's the reason why he couldn't himself, because guess what? He always knew that there was going to be eternal damnation, because the devil was always watching over him and hovering over him, and that's why he's still there. His name was, not even joking, you guys, eternal pain and suffering on League of Legends. I wish this was a joke. You guys could look at my match history. Probably one of the weirdest and strangest gaming experience, but the guy did go and carry, went like 7-0 and did not die the entire game, and absolutely was a massive boss. He was in all chat talking about the fact of how well everything in his life is going absolutely horrible, but at the same time, I was like, hey yo bud, at least you're winning your League of Legends game. And he said, I wish I wasn't alive. You know, sometimes people are just like this online, but he was a nice guy, so I can't really go and complain. And sometimes people take it a little bit too far and kind of threaten the wrong different things. And this is what kind of happened in this case over here, where there is a Destiny 2 cheater, which, if you guys know, Bungie is now owned by PlayStation, so we'll just go and round up for PlayStation. Basically, there was a Destiny 2 cheater who threatened to burn down Bungie's offices, reaches a $500,000 settlement with the developer, and yeah, they basically, like, they're not even allowed anywhere remotely close towards any Bungie office. Basically has a restraining order, and at the end of the day, please make sure you guys are always careful when you guys, on what you guys are saying online. So this permanent injunction would restrict the individual from traveling within 1,000 feet of Bungie's offices. A Destiny 2 player who allegedly used cheat software to get an unfair advantage against other players in the game evaded multiple bans by creating 13 different accounts, harassed Bungie employees, like the physical actual PlayStation employees themselves, and showcased a desire to burn down the Bungie headquarters, has now reached a remarkable settlement with the gaming giant. Like, you know, sometimes you just go read these headlines and you're just like, what on earth am I literally reading in the first place? So the sequence of events unfolded in July 2022 when Bungie, the developer behind Destiny 2, initiated a legal action against a teenage minor known as LL. This legal complaint stemmed from LL's consistent and unsettling threats aimed at both Bungie and its staff itself. So, scary, dude, like, scary. They got banned itself, like, they lost their account, which is fine. I think this is, like, definitely against the terms of service, and as well just for the safety of the employees and people on there, I think that ban is somewhat justified, but that's just kind of me, you know, my take. So the individual didn't stop at expressing a desire to burn down Bungie's office, but also declared that Bungie employees were not safe due to his plans to move into their literal neighborhood. Now, I don't want to be one of those guys who's too soft on the internet. Like, I've been on the internet for a long time. I've been in Xbox 360 lobbies. I was in those Call of Duty lobbies. I was in those Halo lobbies, bro. Like, I got nothing. Dude, I literally just told you guys a story about how I play League of Legends. Man, like, you guys can't say anything to me that I haven't heard. Now, I might go and clap back, don't get me wrong, but, like, I have heard some pretty crazy stuff over here revolving my family, where I live, or whatever, online. Now, I don't think it's okay. I think it's just whatever. Like, I usually kind of take that stuff in stride. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had that same experience playing stuff online, or, you know, whatever. You get those heated arguments, people get a little testy, they think it doesn't matter where they live and all that type of stuff. Like, just how it is. Like, I'm sure you guys understand what I mean by that. But yeah, the fact that you're trying to go more so threaten a business and an individual employees, that's like one thing. That's bad. Like that's already like kind of like going a little bit into huge psycho territory. But the part two is if you don't stop, like that's like a bigger thing. Now, not to say you shouldn't. Like, I'm not giving you guys a free pass to do it once and stop. It's still bad doing it one time. But once you kind of go and start these desires and say this kind of completely unhinged psychotic stuff, and after all this happens, you then are still going after you've been banned 13 different times on 13 different accounts, and you just keep on going, whether it's on Twitter or Reddit or in the game or messages or whatever it might be, people's LinkedIns, Facebooks, and all that. Yeah, bro, that's not good. This is not like safe. I'd be scared. So basically, recently though, LL and Bungie reached a resolution to their legal battle through a $500,000 settlement as per the proposed consent judgment filed by the developer earlier this month, PDF there. The settlement not only puts an end to the dispute, but also imposes a set of restrictions on LL's future conduct. So basically the rough idea for this is they realize that, like, for Bungie as a company, you have to protect your employees. For PlayStation stuff, you got to protect your employees. And I'm not really sure why a lot of like Destiny people are a little on the unhinged side. I think I'm allowed to say this because I'm familiar and friends with a lot of big Destiny content creators. So like I think I've had a pretty good understanding of either them coming to my own Twitch channel and being like supporters of my own stream, or when I have played Destiny myself, or also just from hearing their own sides. Some people that play Destiny are absolutely unhinged and need to go and seek some help. Thankfully, that's not everyone. I'm sure if you guys are watching this video, you guys are probably fine. It's not a snipe against Destiny people. I play Destiny myself. So if any of you guys could call me kind of crazy too, I'm okay with that. But yeah, some people get a little bit too riled up when it comes to game changes. And it's not only a Bungie game. It's not only a Destiny issue. It's some of the things for League of Legends, or a character gets nerfed, or your favorite character gets nerfed, or you do Dota stuff and you just hate the game, or like whatever it might go and be. Competitive stuff always kind of brews in the worst for folks, especially once they kind of the part-time hobby, to either relieve stress or in some cases a League of Legends, make sure the devil doesn't go and find you. So basically, just has got a big settlement over here saying, hey man, like you guys messed up. Like you can't be harassing our employees. We want to make sure our workplace is safe. You can't be going and saying you're going to burn down our locations. If this happens again through legal court settlement, because it's all documented, we know this is you, we know what happened. Yeah, this is not going to keep happening. Do not let this keep going. And that's kind of how the end all be all for this is. They basically want to be like, hey, like, yo, my dude, like you are kind of crazy. If you keep on going on the crazy, we have the legal documentation saying you have to stop the crazy at this point. So basically, as per the document, Bungie is demanding $150,000 for each instance of copyright infringement, which amounts to a total of $300,000. And additionally, LL is accused of committing at least 100 acts of circumvention by using cheat software and making new accounts to invade in-game bans. Each violation carries a $2,000 fine, resulting in around $200,000 total, and Bungie seeking a total of $500,000 in damages. So don't forget, this is also like not just like a random kid. This is also a hacker. This is also someone who's downloading all these different hacks, ruining the multiplayer game experience, ruining the people who work there's life and work experiences too, making them scared for their job or their offices or threats, because these things are kind of something like they happen. Like you never know what's not going to be real and what is real. You never know. In the proposed judgment PDF there, Bungie also has filed a permanent cease and desist against the individual, which would prohibit him from using cheat software in any Bungie game, selling Bungie accounts or in-game Destiny 2 emblems, assets, or taking part of any of the past, present, or future Bungie games. Basically trying to go and say, because if you guys don't know, in Destiny games, you could basically go and sell things to like the Lighthouse, or do like raid boost, or basically make your character have good stats, or whatever it might be, PvP stuff, whatever. Like people do this all the time. I'm not really sure how good or bad it is, but basically that is a way where people make money. They'll go carry, be like, hey, give me $50, I'll carry you to the certain thing in a game. You get certain things in your game itself that you may not have had a chance to go get, FOMO, or have a chance to experience stuff, or whatever it might be. And then some people also will then be cheating to make sure they can guarantee it. So you're cheating in the game, which is ruining the other team's experience. Then you're selling stuff in the game, which is also, once again, kind of like basically having a secondary economy, which is weird and just not a good vibe. So basically, this would also be prohibiting him from traveling within 1,000 feet of Bungie's offices, or knowingly traveling within 1,000 feet of the known home address of any Bungie employee, except as incidental to travel on public highways or roadways for purposes other than make contact with or otherwise harass Bungie employees. Kind of like, let's say you have a house that's kind of by a highway, you're driving through the highway, you're fine, it's okay, but like if you're in like a random, I don't know, like cul-de-sac, you're not allowed to be around there. And they basically have all these legal documents over here basically being like, hey, Defense shall take all necessary steps to disable, remove, or otherwise shut down any social network, video sharing, or digital messaging accounts under his control. So basically no like Facebook, Telegram, Reddit, WeChat, Signal, all those other type of stuff. And as well, basically you're just not allowed to be involved in any of these things. And this is a really big, stark reminder of the complex challenges because I feel bad. Like these Sony employees, PlayStation employees are basically just over here getting harassed just for doing their job. And if you kind of have to in this day and age to either tweet stuff out or respond to people on Reddit or even just have LinkedIn posts and mention you work there for like future work experience. And at the end of the day, it could be all around not the best vibe. So yeah, this is kind of some crazy stuff. I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Make sure you guys don't burn down any buildings. We have the Twitter and Twitch room as well down below if you guys want to follow. We have all the Amazon links too as well. And of course, if you guys want to subscribe with them notifications on, we'll love to have you guys here.